if you are a Mac user, PowerPoint does not allow you to record video on the Mac version. So if you want to record a video for slides right within a program, I recommend that you use Keynote. Keynote is free on any Mac. You should be able to download it from your app store. I don't know if I have my app store on here, but you can download it right from your Mac app store. So I'm going to open up Keynote. Okay, File, New. And I'm just going to pick a white presentation so I can get you started on how you record within Keynote. Again, this is a Mac only program, but it's free and it does allow you to very easily export as a video. So you build your slides as you want them over here in the left-hand column. I'm just going to make a couple slides so you can see, duplicate, just so you can see what it might look like as I'm recording. Okay, so I have just slide 1, slide 2, and slide 3. If you want to script out your video, I do recommend you do that if you want to stay really clean and concise. So a nice way to do that, if you go to View and then click Show Presenter Notes, it's going to give you a space down here to put your script. So I can say, here is the script for slide 1. Let's do the same thing. This is my slide 2 script. And this is my slide 3 script. All right, when you are ready, I recommend you put everything you need to into your slides before you record. And click on the first slide, and to record, you go to Play, Record Slideshow. It's going to bring up a screen that looks like this. If for some reason you don't see all the components that I see on my script, on my slide here, you can change the settings up in here. When you click this button, it'll tell you which pieces are showing to you. I like to have everything turned on. I can see my countdown, what time it is, what's the next slide, all that good stuff. So this is what my recording screen looks like, and the recording buttons are down at the bottom over here. It's important that you pay attention to what's happening down here, because as you're recording, I usually just use the arrow keys on my keyboard to change my slides. And I'm going to push record in just a moment so you can see just kind of how these parts work. So when I click the button, it says 3, 2, 1. And now I can say, here's the script for slide 1. I use the keyboard to move to the next one. This is my slide 2 script. This is my slide 3 script. And then I'm going to finish by pushing the record button again. I'm not sure how well you can see it on your screen, but I had 3 slides. And as I'm looking down here, there's like a faint line right here, and there's a faint line right here. That tells me the break in my timing between my slides. So I can see that I have 1, 2, 3 parts, 3 slides. If you make a mistake, it is critical that you go back and correct it right away. So this little scrub bar will take you back to each of the scripts. So this line is actually where the script, can you see what's happening up in here? When I slide past that line, I go from slide 1 to slide 2. If you make a mistake, let's say I made a mistake at the beginning of slide 2, I usually just put it right at the beginning here, and I'm going to re-record. It's important to note that it will re-record from this point to the end. So it's not slide by slide. So whatever you said on slide 3 is going to be erased, and you're going to have to re-record it. That's so important to keep in mind when you are recording a lengthy video. That means as soon as you make a mistake, just stop the recording, back up your scrub bar, and re-record it, because it will record the whole thing from that point on until the end. So if I push record again, it even prompts me to remind me, are you sure you want to re-record from that location? Because from here to the end, it's going to be replaced. It'll give me another 3, 2, 1 countdown. And it's going to record there again. I can say this is my slide 2 script, and I can go, now I have to repeat, this is my slide 3 script, and then I push this to be finished again. When I'm finished, it is saved already. I can safely hit this X up in the corner, and it takes me back to this page. It's not going to want you to make major edits to these slides anymore. You can edit any like images on the screens once it's recorded, but I wouldn't add new animations. I wouldn't add new slides in between them, or it's going to prompt you and ask you, it's going to mess up the timing that you recorded. So I always do my recording very last. When you are ready to export it, you go to File, Export to, and you're going to pick QuickTime. QuickTime is a video program that comes for free on all Macs, so it is going to make an MP4 file for you. So when I hit QuickTime, you can change the size. This is the main, this is your computer screen dimensions here, or you can do a slightly smaller file size. I usually just pick 720p. It's good enough for any kind of courses, and it takes up a little less space. So I'll push next. I'll call this sample movie. You can choose where. And I just want to show you, it's going to zip it through. And this is actually going to make not a Keynote file that's recorded, but an actual video file. And it should pop up right here on my desktop. And just to be sure, get info that I told you the right file type. It is, I'm sorry, it's not an MP4, it's an MPEG-4, but that is still a universal movie file. So you should be able to watch that on a Mac or on a PC. You could upload it to YouTube, to ReggieNet, whatever you want. So that is the basic way to record a movie using Keynote if you have a Mac.